Today I want to talk about a superhero named Norrin Radd. You might know him better as the Silver Surfer. He was created by the legendary artist Jack Kirby back in the 1960s. When Stan Lee came up with the concept of a godlike entity with limitless strength and the need for devouring planets, he approached Kirby and asked him if he can draw a larger-than-life figure with imposing stature and cosmic abilities. Kirby soon turned in a very iconic and awe-inspiring figure known only as Galactus. But there was something else he decided to add to Stan Lee's vision.
So I had this character, Galactus, and Jack drew the story, but in the story, he drew a fellow on a flying surfboard, flying from planet to planet. I said, who the hell is that? And he said, well, I figured anybody as big and powerful as Galactus ought to have a herald who flies ahead of him to find planets for him. I think that's not a bad idea.
The Silver Surfer is one of my favorite characters in all of comics. His story and personality, his outlook on life itself, has become some of the most powerful and moving pieces of literature I have ever read. So why, then, has the Silver Surfer not connected with audiences like many other Marvel characters in recent years? Well, for one, Fox owned the film rights for a while. But more importantly, they deviated from the story elements and source material that made the Silver Surfer so inspiring. We never had a faithful representation of Norrin Radd from the comic books. In fact, comic book Silver Surfer was one of Stan Lee's most passionate projects. Jack Kirby and Stan Lee had a falling out because of their conflicting ideas on how to write the Silver Surfer, and ultimately parted ways. Jack Kirby wanted to focus the stories more on his powers, but Stan wanted to ground his character and dive into his humanity. Stan fell in love with this character, so much so that he wanted to be the only person to write his stories. In his debut appearance of the Fantastic Four number 48, the team is warned by the Watcher that Galactus will be coming to destroy their planet. The Watcher decides to break his vow to never interfere and helps Earth by hiding the planet from the Silver Surfer. But the Surfer is too strong and arrives on Earth and immediately calls for Galactus. After being attacked by the Thing, the Surfer falls off the Baxter Building and lands right inside of Alicia Masters' home. She is a blind woman who happens to be the love interest of Ben Grimm. It's in these moments where the Silver Surfer stops being a random minion for a generic evil villain and becomes something much more impactful and memorable. He evolves from a two-dimensional character to a complex one. We see a woman pleading with the Surfer that humanity is worth saving, that Galactus destroying Earth would be killing innocent people. When the Surfer replies with destruction only being a word used by lesser beings, that all life is just energy waiting to be consumed by his master, Alicia stands up for mankind and explains the importance of life existing. That regardless of strength or weakness, there is still so much value to a planet that has garnered life. And in these moments, we see the Silver Surfer learn the value of mankind's existence. He feels emotions that he can't remember ever having before. He starts to rediscover his very own humanity. It's these small details that gives the Silver Surfer so much depth and character and makes you want to see him on his quest as he finds humanity within himself. He chooses to disobey his master and ally in order to protect Earth. Even in his fight against Galactus, we, the readers, see much more than just a brawl. We see two larger-than-life beings that have traversed the endless cosmos together for millennia come to the very end of their relationship. There is real emotion in their conflict. Galactus and the Silver Surfer both feel pain to have to fight each other, and both feel betrayed. It's situations like these that elevate the stories to a level that make them worth reading and worth telling. Stan Lee later released the Silver Surfer's first series, giving us his origins. Norrin Radd comes from a planet called Zenn-La. It's a utopian planet where all of society has lived in peace and harmony, where there is no hunger, war, or poverty. Norrin Radd made the ultimate sacrifice to save Zenn-La when Galactus arrives and threatens to destroy the planet. In order to spare the people of Zenn-La, he vows to serve Galactus and work as his herald in his endless search for new planets to devour. Galactus then bestows upon him the power cosmic. The Silver Surfer continues to serve his master for eons, until finally reaching Earth. Stan Lee has used this character as a conduit in order to speak philosophically about our human society.
And instead of just a guy flying around finding planets, I made him a philosophical observer of the world and the universe.
The Silver Surfer has come to learn of our world's way of life and has fallen in love with it. He has chosen to sacrifice his freedom to explore the universe in order to ensure our survival. He has truly lived up to the noble cause and continues to be our Earth's guardian angel. It's these kinds of stories that can make a person look within themselves and bring out the best. Any form of art that can make you feel is the best kind of art. And for me, the Silver Surfer has been one of the greats. That's why it hurts to know that in spite of Stan Lee being able to see so many of his creations become realized in a way that has reached so many people in the world, the one he wrote so passionately for is one we still haven't gotten. And so, I made this video to pay tribute to one of Marvel's best heroes and to pay my respects to two of the most influential people in comics, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.